Jesus Christ, this outfit is so crazy. So it's R.Mika and Chocolina. Woo! Chocolina! So here we go. R.Mika. Daydream Headlock. Increase the damage from 130 to 140. Let's see here. That is the forward throw. So, okay. Dude, don't even say rip Punk. You know Punk uses like the entire cast, right? He's probably going to use Nash and then all of a sudden kill everyone with all these V-Trigger 2 combos. You can't nerf Punk by nerfing Karin. He knows every character in this game. There's no way to RIP Punk. Man. Let's see here. Dream Driver. Okay, so that's the crouching throw. Oops. Up, right? Yeah, okay, there we go. Up, okay. So basically her crouching throw, okay, yeah, so she's probably not going to get nearly as much advantage off of this anymore. I don't even know what her frame kill is. But whatever the case is, she's not going to, oops, sorry. So the crouching throw, she's not going to get the, she's not going to get throw loops anymore like this, right? She's just not going to get that kind of thing like that. She's going to be very, very, theoretically, change the status on hit means that she's not going to be able to get as much of a throw loop kind of situation. So they increase the damage and they increase the stun. Changed collision boxes, counter hit pushback stuff, change hurt boxes, whatever that means. Crouching medium punch, change the collision box, change the hurt, change it so that can hit opponents who are behind R.Mika, so improving this as an anti-air. Crouching medium kick, EX shooting peach, change the hitbox. Dive bomb, increase the landing recovery frame by 3 frames. So they wanted this to be more punishable. That move. They want that move to be a little more punishable on whiff. Lady Mika can be canceled into a special move or V skill. Lady Mika, if I'm not mistaken, is the launcher, and yes, it is launcher. So now this can be canceled into a special move or a V skill. Interesting. So I can, oh, you know what? That means that that will be easier to connect in every situation, right? So you'd be able to cancel into it, basically, essentially doing that. So you would essentially be able to do that. Whoops. There's too much delay at the end of that, so it doesn't really help my situation. But yeah, but basically, you'll always be able to do that into the throw, or you can launch him into a V skill and build up damage on your next throw. So if you want to give up damage on your combo, you can launch him into V skill. I wonder if you could juggle him off the mic. That would actually be pretty sick. I don't know how I'm going to be able to test this. Oh god, that's so slow. Okay, never mind. Probably not. Probably not. So I have not messed around with the mysterious mod. I'm not really interested in those kind of things, to be honest with you, because it's just basically an orgy of combos, and it's like it's just no point to it. Anybody who can mod the game to make it so you can do like ridiculous, stupid combos that have no limits or whatever like that. To make good combos, you have to have a system in place that makes it logical. So, but mic juggle, maybe. We'll have to test that. Passion press. Change the collision boxes during that move. That's the clap. Mic performance. Increase the amount of V meter gauge upon holding down the buttons to the max charge. Who's ever gonna get that? Okay. Change so that her character box does not move behind her during the startup of the move. I think this is probably because whenever she went for the brimstone, a lot of times if you try to jump and cross her up, it would miss. Yeah, exactly. Mic performance. God, no one ever got that anyway. But Brimstone, like sometimes you would try to cross her up, but because she leaned forward, the cross up would miss. Like you would actually miss the cross up. So I think they're changing it now so that it's easier to hit her on that. Rainbow Typhoon increased the recovery. Of course, that's a universal change. So it does not move behind her during the startup. Damage is increased for the Typhoon. So they want to try to get you to use the Typhoon a little bit more. Same thing with all the different versions. Yeah, they increased the damage by 10 on all of them, made it so that you can still cross her up a little bit. So there you go. That's Mika. Mika didn't get changed much, really, to be honest with you. Not really any significant nerfs. She actually got mostly buffs. That's a buff. But the nerf to the command throw is huge. The nerf to the command throw is huge, so that's just a gigantic nerf to her overall in any case anyway. So I think that's fine that they gave her a bunch of other buffs, because she's definitely going to need it, in my opinion. So, yeah, I think Mika was fine in Season 2. Also, if you guys appreciate the content, that stuff that I'm doing, you know, there's always the options for subscriptions and donations. You get access to those Delta Red badges, and the pink one is a 3-month subscriber. The blue one is a 6-month subscriber. No, gray one is a 6-month subscriber. Blue one is a 1-year subscriber. Also, donations are appreciated as well. And then the more subscribers I have, I will be able to complete the cat. You notice the cat, the hind legs are not there, and the cat deserves to be completed here. I mean, look at this guy. Look at this guy. Hang on a second. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Oh, you like your belly rubs. Oh, look at this thing. Look at this. Don't you want to complete the cat? You want to be able to put the belly rubs in, the full belly rub in the chat. Look at this guy. Oh, God. Oh, God, you love these belly rubs. Oh, God, you love these belly rubs. Ugh. Yes, I have a cat that does not destroy me when you touch her stomach. Touch his stomach. His stomach. Look at this kitty. Look at this kitty. Ooh. Ooh. Kitty. Kitty. Oh, the stretch. Oh, the stretch. You are so happy, kitty. You are so happy, kitty. Okay. Anyways. All right. Let's continue forward here. Birdie. Oops. Oh, that's recovery. Okay, okay. It's up that I wanted to do. Okay. All right. Jasmine, she doesn't mind belly rubs, but she only wants belly rubs when she wants belly rubs. Like, unlike Nathan, he always wants belly rubs. Jasmine won't do the thing where she attacks you when you touch her belly, but she'll just kind of like roll over and walk away or something like that. So, in any case, let's go to Birdie next. Birdie, standing medium punch, blah, 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 blah. Change collision boxes for counter hit pushback. In case you guys just joined the stream, every time you see something about collision boxes, they're fixing the counter hit pushback problem. Oh, come on, kitties, don't do this. The stare down, dude. The kitties are doing the stare down right now. Oops. Look at this. They're staring down. There's going to be some cat violence soon. Well, okay, no. Oh. Oh, they're licking each other. Oh, no. Oh. Jasmine took the first swipe. Jasmine, why would you do this? Jasmine. Oh, look at them. Oh. And Jasmine with the attack, but Nathan with the quick counter, and Jasmine runs away. Oh, my cats. Oh, my cats. Okay, back to Birdie. Standing medium kick. Fixed an issue where you can move forward by pressing another button immediately after the move begins. What? Does anybody know anything about this? I have never heard of this. Or was it just only the special move? Let's see. Because it's really hard to do that, I feel like. That's really interesting. Was it like, okay, maybe I could actually increase the range of that, right? If I did standing medium kick into that, like, maybe I could increase the range for that. I don't know. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, there's definitely some carry cancel removed from... okay. Alright. Change collision. Light punch standard changes. Change hurt boxes. Crouching heavy punch. Change the hitba. Change the killing head. EX killing head. Increase the recovery on whiff by 8 frames. Killing head... which is the, this button. Oh, yeah, okay, that's standard. That's the standard one. Remove the throw invincibility off of the EX killing head. Interesting. So he can't use that to beat meaty throws anymore. Bullhead, normal damage increased, and V-trigger damage increased. Bullhead, of course, is the charge. Yes, is the charge. Bullhorn, reduce the distance at which he drops back at the move startup. So, okay, so basically, you can't make things whiff as easily by doing that. When he, oops. So when he does the turnaround like this, he pulls back a little bit and then comes forward, but when he pulls back, it's not as effective. You're not going to be able to... you're not going to be able to dodge things as easily, I guess. Yeah, EX command grab is no longer throw invincible. An H hanging chain. Change the hitbox for the first active frame. Don't know what that means. Well, that's Birdie. Okay, so Birdie didn't get changed much, it looks like, and had Menat RD won earlier in the year, probably would have gotten nerfed. But it looks like they're leaving him mostly the same. So there you go. I don't think he sucks that much harder on defense. Because remember, nobody's going to have meaty throw loops anymore. So being worried about getting thrown when you get up, if you have damage to sacrifice, is actually kind of a good thing now. Because it pretty much guarantees your reset to neutral. So getting thrown is actually, there has to, you kind of have to, the way you really got to look at it now is you have to take part of your meter, your health, and attribute it to getting thrown. Because if you get knocked down and you're in a mix-up situation, just get thrown, get reset to neutral, and you're fine now. That's going to happen with almost every character, so that's actually really important. Like, just leave 25% of your life to guaranteed getting thrown. If you guys have just came in there when I was going over the universal changes, I talked about how you really need to now consider getting thrown, kind of like getting hit by lows in Tekken. It's just going to happen. If you get hit by lows a lot that are unreactable lows, you just take them. You just eat them. They're just damage that you're going to end up taking. That's just going to happen. And so that way you can reset to neutral, right? And so you have to kind of look at it that way. And if you do, that'll basically show you why getting thrown is not necessarily a bad thing anymore. You just kind of have to go with it now. You just have to go with getting thrown. Alright, so now we're going to Necalli here. Soul Stealer, change the status after hit. Soul Stealer V-Trigger, change the status after hit. Reduce throw distance. Oh, really? They nerfed the throw distance on his, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, it's Soul Sealer. Not Stealer, it's Soul Sealer. These guys. It's like they don't even know the names of the moves, man. Come on. Okay, so in V trigger, I have less range. So basically, yeah, okay. So if I set him to quick rise like so. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to get stuff like this as much anymore, right? Can I dash? Yeah, I think he's one of the guys who can dash and do this, basically. So I'm not going to be able to do this anymore. And in V-Trigger, I think they probably reduced the throw range because maybe his dash still let him get it. Maybe they pushed him back a little bit further so that the dash doesn't go up far enough. But maybe with V-Trigger, it still does. So I don't know. We'll see. Whoops. Sorry. There you go. So forward throw, you can actually get this right now. So they probably changed it so you can't do this anymore. So there you go. That's an interesting idea. Make a tiny screen cap just in case I mess up that way. Let's see if I can do this. Google Black Magic device. Add existing. Edit. Lock preview. So I can do this. Like so. I can put a tiny one over here like so. I'll put a tiny one here, like so, just in case, and then what I will do here is move it all the way to here, like this, and then what I will do is I'll move this one up to the top, and then blank this one out. There we go. All right. Okay. Tiny screen, just in case. In the case I mess up again. Okay, so Soul Discriminator changed the status after hit. If I'm not mistaken, that is also my throw. Yep, that is back throw. So change the status after hit. Probably less advantaged, etc., etc. Standing light punch, all the standard changes. Standing medium punch, change the collision box. Counter hit pushback change. Standing medium kick, increase the pushback on block. So no more of the, oh God, it's so scary, I can't touch a button. No more of that anymore, basically. So now you'll be pushed away a little bit better, so that's good. See, look at that, the screen thing worked. I forgot to change it, but you could see the screen anyway. There you go. Crouching light punch, standard changes, change the hurt box, change the hitbox and hurt box, reduced the pushback distance on block. Open dagger. Open dagger. What the hell is open dagger? Okay. My overhead, basically. So on block, it doesn't push back as far, so that way you can punish it easier. Whoops, did it again. You know what? It's working out. Okay, so it's much easier to punish now, opening dagger on distances where he barely clips you. It won't push you that far. So V skill is now going to be cancelable into V trigger. So I'm going to be able to do, into V trigger. Wow, that's actually kind of nice. But that one's already cancelable. Okay, so the target combo was always cancelable, but now this is just going to be cancelable now. Okay, so the target combo one was always cancelable. Yeah, I want to make sure of that. But now this one can be canceled into V trigger. So if you have a read, you can actually just catch someone, V trigger cancel, and then do some craziness after that. Okay. Back to over here. Reduce the amount of V gauge meter gain. Really? Really? They're reducing the amount of meter gain on that. Interesting. Interesting. Dude, it's so funny. It actually looks like there's just a Met drawing on the screen. It looks like I have a Met graphic on the screen above the chat. It just looks like there's a random Met sitting there. That's actually really funny. Like, that's actually on my shirt, but it just looks like there's a Met on the screen, a graphic that I just put on the screen. That's really funny. Anyways, it's available at super7store.com. Super 7 Store. Twitter, I think Twitter is Super 7 Store, so you can check that out. Let's see here. Sacrificial altar. What the hell is the sacrificial altar? Oh, that's the target combo. Reduce the amount of V gauge meter gain for the final hit. So they're trying to lower his V gauge V meter gain. Mask of Tlali. Which is the command throw. Okay, yeah, okay, so increase the damage and makes it punishable. Same stuff. Yep, blah, 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 blah. Clouded Mirror, V trigger only. Clouded Mirror. Is that the super? Is that the super? No, it's not the super. The hell is Clouded Mirror? Hello? Oh, gains the move. Oh, God. I didn't... It's this new V-trigger move. Right. He gains the move during V-trigger. That's the overhead. That's the overhead jumping choppy thing. Yeah. That's right. I forgot. I didn't even read the rest of the text because I'm a doom cop. Okay. There you go. So that's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. All right. I'm going to take a quick break again, and then we will continue with some more of these. But during this break, I will be feeding kitties because I need to feed them some food right now. So, in case you guys are new to my stream, people who are common to my stream know about this. But whenever I make kissy noises, my cats go crazy because they know that is the noise that I make when it is time to feed them. So, for example here, Jasmine's doing her thing now where she is hungry, and so she basically hides behind my laptop. She just sits here just to make sure that I'm aware of her presence, and she is going to block my view by walking in front of the TV a bunch. Nathan is still sleeping over here. But when I make kissy noises, they get kind of crazy, basically. So Jasmine is over here sitting over there. Nathan is lying down right here. He's not paying attention. So let's see what let's see what Nathan does when I make kissy noises right now. Oh, did you see the head turn? And Jasmine's already running. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. We have the head turn. We have the Jasmine head turn. I mean, the Nathan head turn. You saw that, dude. You saw that. So let's go ahead and feed them. Nathan with the dun, 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 you know, like that. All right, so let's go ahead and feed the cats really quick. Oh man, I can hear Nathan meowing at me all over the place. All right, so let's do this here. Let's feed some cats. There we go. So I always put the camera here like this because, especially with wet food dinner time, they get super excited for the food here. So this is the break. This is the cat feeding break that you guys all get. Oh, sorry, Jasmine. Kicked Jasmine a little bit. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the cat food. Look at this cat food. Juicy. Oh, look at him. He wants food. He wants the food. Oh, look at the kitty stretch. Oh, gosh, she's so adorable. Cannot get over how pretty Jasmine's eyes are. She's got some beautiful eyes. She stares deep into my soul. I'm getting it ready. I know. It's funny, too, because Jasmine has a far deeper voice than Nathan does. Nathan has that high-pitched, squeaky voice, and Jasmine has that deep meow. She's like that meow. And that's Nathan right there with that really high-pitched. God, Nathan. Oh, my God. Oh. Here comes the food. Oh, look at you guys. You guys are all excited. All right, there we go. And in case you guys are new to the stream and are wondering what the hell is going on over here, I basically, oops, hang on a second, guys. Sorry for the shaky cam. Put their food on a plate in a bowl like this, so because they slide the plate around all over the place, and there's this whole thing called whisker fatigue that I was worried about, but I'm starting to think is completely just BS, so I may just go back to feeding them in normal bowls again. Because I'm also sick of the fact that Jasmine, whenever she eats, she pushes the food off of her plate and it falls onto the floor. And then Nathan goes and eats all of her food on the floor. So I'm just trying to make sure their food doesn't come off. And I hate having to do this every single time. So, no more rubber band tech. No more rubber band. So, yes, and this is a very common part. I have mostly black socks. I have some white socks, but I have black socks as well. So, but yes, this is the greatest part. Yeah, dude, Nathan will go over and like you'll see the paw extend and he tries to swipe the food off of Jasmine's plate. It's pretty crazy. And Nathan also does not know any chill. Nathan just eats the food so fast. He doesn't chew, he doesn't digest. He doesn't do any of that stuff. He just eats the food as fast as possible. But just to save a little time, I'm going to run a little bit of break right now. I'm going to run some ads. So some of you guys are going to see ads. If you're subscribed, you won't see ads, and so you get to watch the cats continue to eat. So be right back in a second. Alright, the ads are running now. The ads are running, but if you are subscribed, you will not see the ads. Also, some people just don't get ads. That's just how it works. Look at you licking your plate, cleaning your plate. Jasmine is trying to push all of her food off the plate. I hate having to do this, and I'm really sick of it. So I may switch them back to their regular bowls. But what I do now is I push the food off the plate, the spoon gets all dirty like this, and so now I distract Nathan from trying to steal Jasmine's food by letting him do the thing that we all did as kids when our parents made cupcakes. There you go, Nathan. You get to lick the spoon. You get to lick the spoon. Look at this cat. Look at this cat, man. There's more sauce on this side, kitty. More sauce on this side. There you go. Dropped a little on the floor. Yeah, go ahead and eat those. There's still little chunks of meat here, so you can eat that as well. Here you go. Back to pushing some Jasmine food here. Getting a little bit of sauce on the spoon again, so back to licking the spoon. I was gonna lick the cat food clean. There's meat on there still left, Nathan. Look. There's still meat there. Yeah, there you go. Oh, there's still some meat. Look. There's meat right there. Oh, that's food. Yeah, you got it. You got it. You got it. A little bit more on this side. Yum. Yum. Yum foods. Go. Push this back on Jasmine's plate a little bit. Okay, there we go. I think Jasmine's done. You can lick a little bit left off of this spoon. There you go. Yep, ladies and gentlemen, and this is the tradition of my streams. I often end most of my streams by doing that. I get to stare at some Chen ass for a little while. That's the other best part of the stream. Alrighty. Let's get back to these patch notes, shall we? Let's get back to these patch notes. This is one advantage of streaming off of a laptop, off of Wi-Fi, which is pretty amazing that I'm able to do this, by the way. And it's kind of nice, and that lets me so that I can stream you guys feeding. I can stream feeding cats for you guys, which is extremely entertaining. Power the laptop back on. Plug the black magic back in. Boom, and we are back in business. There we go. All right, Rashid. It is Rashid time. Okay. There is no Chen dignity. Nope, none at all, dude. None at all. I love my cats to death, and I don't care what anybody thinks of that. Nor what they think of my fat ass, dude. Because frankly, my fat ass is sexy, dude. Jchensor's got bass. We got that boom boom that all the girls want. All right. Rashido. Rashido. Crazy outfits. Oh, he does not have a good blue outfit. I guess this is the closest thing here. There we go. I am Rashid of the Turbulent Wind. My house is small, actually. It's basically a tiny little condo. It is a condo complex. It's not particularly large. All right, let's do Rashid. Not a lot of storage space. That's the biggest problem, especially for a pack rat like me. It's a problem. So, hey, I've always said that I was Mondo's favorite thick Asian. Okay, I've always said that, and Mondo has never denied that. Mondo has. You can tweet at him, Tenjin Alpha at IE Battlegrounds. He's always said that. He's always said that, dude. He's always said that I'm his favorite thick Asian. Well, I've always said I'm his favorite thick Asian, and he's never denied it. Forward dash. Slightly shorten the distance of the motion at the beginning of the run before he transitions to full run, and the stopping motion distance. Slightly shorten the distance of the motion at the beginning of the run before he transitions to the full run. Interesting. So I guess he doesn't get as far forward as fast. But I don't know if that's a nerf or a buff, because then doesn't that, I feel like that means it'll be harder to interrupt him with that. I'll have to see how that plays out. And the stopping motion distance. So he doesn't go as far when he stops? Is that just, oh, you know what? Maybe they just made it so that way his run stop doesn't go as far. Maybe it's just a little bit shorter distance now, so that way he can't get in on you as quickly and as crazily. You cats just ate. Why are you guys doing the stare down right now? Oh, by the way, here's my one cat trick. So, like, cats can learn tricks like dogs, and this is my one. Oh, no, no, Jasmine, stay back. Never mind. I can't do the cat trick anymore. Sorry. I need her across the room. I need her across the room to be able to do the cat trick. Yeah, it's a nerf to the offense. Running glider. Recovery on hit by 2 frames. Running glider is, I would imagine, the... Oh, throw. Wow, that's specific for his throw. Increase on hit by 2 frames. Damage increased But that's it? That's all they changed? I mean, like, they didn't say, like, change the position or anything like that? I mean, I feel like, yeah, 2 extra frames, but then it's going to be like how Cammy's currently is. So I think that it'll still be scary. I don't feel like Rashid's throw loops have been nearly as nerfed as some of the other ones. Interesting. Well, Rising Sun, they increased the damage there. Someone else in the chat said that a Rashid player said it felt like he still had the throw loops. But we'll see. Standing Light Punch, blah, 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 change the blah, blah, blah. Standing Light Kick, change the blah, blah, blah. Counter hit push back, blah, 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 blah. Crouching Lump Punch, change the blah, 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 blah. You know, they changed a lot of hit boxes and hurt boxes. They have it listed that way. And you notice one of the things that the reason why I don't think it's bad that these notes are so vague is because you'll notice that the universal changes are listed here. So, for example, they changed the command throw width, but they still list the 8 frames on everybody. But they also said at the very beginning of this list that they changed a bunch of hit boxes and hurt boxes so that, what are you doing, Jasmine? So that, oh, maybe I can do my cat trick now. Hang on a second. Hang on a second. Oh, don't move, Jasmine. Stay there. Jasmine. Jasmine. Fist bump. Fist bump. Boop. There you go. Oh, good girl. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. That's my cat trick. That's my cat trick. I think it's a pretty freaking awesome cat trick, dude. I can get a fist bump from my cat, dude. Like, seriously. How is that not the coolest cat trick ever, right? I mean, come on. Come on. But I think most of the changed hitbox, hurtbox stuff has to do with the anti-air buttons, with the interaction and all that stuff like that. I think that they're not trying to change the moves drastically because there are a lot of moves that have been changed. And if they've all been changed, hitbox, hurtboxes, all this stuff that much, we're going to have a very different game. I don't think they wanted to do that. I think they only changed them just for the anti-air stuff. And I think that's why they're not listed with any details. So I'm not actually worried about that. I'm actually not worried about the vagueness of these changes here. Crouching Heavy Punch, increase the startup. Good. Good. That move is super good. Change the hitbox and hurtbox. Decrease the advantage on hit from 7 frames to 6 frames. Interesting. Does that kill any of his combos? His standing medium punch is 5 frames, so that's not a problem. He can't do crouching medium punch anymore, but I don't think anybody ever did crouching medium punch. He can't do crouching hard kick anymore. He can't do that anymore, so they took that combo away. They took that combo away from him. So no more from max range, basically. No more of that anymore. So that's actually not too bad. Because at ranges where this didn't hit like that, this was pretty nice to have as an option. Yeah, see, like that, right? So at certain ranges where nothing would hit, you would get the sweep, and you would still get a knockdown. So they took that away from Rashid. They took that away from Rashid, and that's probably a pretty significant thing right there. Jumping Heavy Punch, changed it. Increased the active frames on Jumping Heavy Kick. Really? Jumping Heavy Kick needed to be made better? Okay, Jumping Heavy Kick is better, sure. Okay, that move was already super good. Nail Assault. God, that just doesn't sound good at all. That is a terrible name for a move. Nail Assault. Oh, there it is. Nail assault. Ah, okay. It's the kick at the end of the V skill. Okay, kick at the end of his V skill. Kick at the end of his V skill. Increase the V gauge meter. Increase on hit. Okay, that's cool. Spinning mixer. Change to that rapid button pressing will not cause combo scaling. Oh, really? Because it would, the percentage would change when you actually did that, right? So you can actually see if you look at the this number right there, it went from 100 to 90 to 80. So now that's not going to happen. But apparently they changed the damage as well so that maybe it does about the same amount of damage as it did before. So, Tap 2 TG, I do have a lot of FGC stories that I want to tell. Less stories, but more about games and stuff like that. But I'll talk about those in a future stream. M Spinning Mixer, the landing recovery of the second level of button mash versions can be canceled in the critical art. Interesting. I saw a combo about this, so it's actually going to be important to learn how to control it now, which is very easy. I've always done Rashid this way. I don't know if other people knew about this, but basically when I start the spinning mixer, I actually just wrap my fingers across jab strong fierce, like piano them. And that automatically gets me to level 2. So if I do nothing, I get 5 hits. If I wrap it once, I get automatically level 2. If I do it twice, I get level 3. And I can control it that way. And I don't need to mash, right? So it's actually going to be really important to know how to do that now. And then I'm going to be able to cancel into super critical art and combo. Wow, they gave them a new way to combo into critical art. Interesting. Only level 2. So not this into critical art, not that into critical art, but that into critical art. That almost looked like I did it already. Whoops. Yeah, so I can cancel that as soon as I land, so it'll combo now. Interesting, interesting. Chun seems super good right now. Miku. She actually seems like she got some pretty decent buffs. So I think she's gonna be really good. She's gonna be really good. Dash spinning mixer, change to the rapid button press. Okay, same thing. V trigger, increase the amount of EX meter gain. Okay, that seems like a pretty standard fix as well. That V triggers also give you some EX meter now. So let's go to Laura. Let's go to Laura, and this is where, oh boy, this is where life gets fun. I will put this on YouTube. I will definitely put this on YouTube. So I will definitely put this all up on YouTube. Laura. Red and blue, there we go. That's Ultra Chen colors right there. Laura, standing light punch. Decrease the advantage on block from +2 to +1. Okay, it's a slight nerf. Increase the pushback on hit. Reduce the pushback distance on block. Change collision. Change the hurt box. All counter hit pushback stuff. Standing medium punch. Change the hurt box. Change the so you can hit opponents who are behind Laura. So they wanted to make this a slightly better anti-air. Standard change. Standing heavy punch. Change the collision boxes during the move. Counter hit pushback. Standing medium kick. Pretty significant nerf here, right? So now she can't sit here and do this all day and be hella scary. The infinite combo, right? As Mike Ross once has called this, the infinite combo. So now it is -7 on block. So so now it is not going to be, and she pushes herself pretty far forward. So now you're going to be able to, a lot of characters might be able to punish this now with a 7-frame move that reaches far enough, right? So here's an example here. I'm gonna go over to Cammy. Yeah, Cammy's crouching medium kick is 7 frames. Okay. Oh, increase the startup from 5 frames to 7 frames. You're right. It's not -7 on block. Okay. Because -7 would be she's dead, basically. That move is basically nerfed to the ground. You're right. My bad. Okay. Standing medium kick is not fake as hell. The reason why standing medium kick is so good is because the range that she puts herself makes it so that no one could take advantage of her negativity, of her negativeness, her frame disadvantage really convincingly. So, for example, if I put Laura to guard recovery action of standing light punch, like so, and set guard recovery action on, like, it didn't even matter. Like, I can't get hit. So if I just did this and waited, I get automatic whiff punishes. Like, this move is hella scary. It's really good. The standing medium kick is really, really good. The fact that you can modify the timing a little bit like that is really, really annoying. So, but start up to 7 frames means it's going to be a little bit tougher, I guess, to whiff punish with that. So, yeah, some characters that have far jabs, but it's a little tough. It's a little bit tough. So, but you will definitely be able to check it. Yes, you will definitely be able to check that a lot more now because it's a 7-frame move, so it's going to be significantly slower. Standing heavy kick to the backwards direction. Reduce the collision block in the backwards direction during the move. Reduce the collision. Interesting. I'm not sure what that means. Does that mean it's easier to cross her up or something like that? Might be so that you can cross her up a little bit easier. Crouching light punch, change the collision boxes during the move. That's standard stuff, blah, 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 blah. Change the herb, pushback, standard, change, standard. Volti line, normal. Decrease the damage and increase the V meter gauge on hit. So I get more V meter when that hits. And in V-trigger now, the Volti line is also damage decreased. However, the advantage on hit is now +3 to +4. So not only do I get the light punch link off of that, do I get anything else? I get standing light kick, crouch light punch, and crouch light kick. So nothing significantly more, but it's still a larger plus. It's safer on block than it was before. And the recovery of it is reduced by 1 frame. And then the Spark Show V-Trigger, which is my standard V-Trigger already. Spark Show. Number of V-gauge blocks increased from 2 to 3. Okay, so they nerfed it that way. Extended the V-trigger, V-timer effect length. Okay, so they definitely... okay, Sunset Wheel, EX Sunset Wheel, increased recovery on whiff by 8 frames. Yeah, okay, that's standard. So, but basically her V-trigger was changed. So what they wanted to do was they wanted to buffer V-trigger a little bit because it's harder to get now. So having a 3-bar V-trigger, they might have, when they play tested her, realized that giving her a 3-bar V-trigger really made it so that the V-trigger wasn't strong enough anymore or something. Because now I can cancel Thunderclap into V-trigger. So I can do stuff like, whoops, you're blocking. Let me turn off your blocking, which is, there we go. So now you get hit. So I can do... that into V-trigger now. And so I can extend combos that way. and my thunderclap in, well, thunderclap can, and now I can, when I'm in V trigger, I can do thunderclap into V skill. Why? Why? That's so good. And it'll combo, and I can combo off of it into more stuff. So she's actually going to have some cooler combos, to be honest with you, which I kind of like. I kind of like these extended, fancier combos, to be honest with you. I just don't know if Laura was the one that needed it. And EX Thunderclap can be canceled into V skill as well. And it has added 20 frames to the attack active frames. Whoa! So basically, it's going to last a little bit longer than that. It's going to last a little bit longer than that. So yes, Laura got buffed with her V trigger, but it is now a 3-frame V trigger. So it might not actually be as potent as it was before, because the other thing that's important to note about Laura, having a 3-bar V trigger, okay? The most important thing to note about Laura's V trigger is that this is a huge risk, because it is -6 on block. So if it gets hit, she is, if it gets blocked, she's dead, right? So the other thing to note is that it is a 3-bar V trigger, so if she doesn't land this, or if she doesn't land crush counters all day, she will essentially be gaining no V trigger meter. And if she gains no V trigger meter, the only way that she is going to be able to activate the V trigger is to be almost dead. So that might be why they are buffing the V trigger, because she might not be able to get access to her V trigger as conveniently as before. So that might be a thing. The thing that surprises me, though, is that there was no nerf to her command throws here. But obviously, you know, stuff like that isn't real, but she still has a pseudo-ish throw loop, maybe, I'm not sure, but she might not be as bad as people think. Yes, and basically she becomes a comeback character like a lot of the other characters, like JGB Pro says. So her V trigger might not necessarily be that much more powerful. I mean, they are buffing her V trigger a little bit, because well, her specials eat more V trigger bar, but that's not a nerf, because if you look, they extended the V timer gauge. That's not a nerf. So because they extended the V timer length, what essentially means is that they gave it more hit points, so that when you activate things, the amount of hit points that it drains is equal to the same percentage that it used to drain. So it's not actually a nerf. It's not actually a nerf, in my opinion. So there you go. Okay. In her trials, her specials ate more her V trigger bar. Okay, maybe they did change it then. I don't know. It doesn't actually say anything over here, so we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll do comparisons, I'm sure, when the game comes out. But let's now do FANG, our resident crazy poison obsessed #2 obsessed FANG. Let's do this. Man, look at this. The cat eats and then immediately runs back to go sleep again. And Jasmine is back here again. And she is chilling over here with me. Ooh, that looks a lot like the sheephouse that I used to wear when I was a kid. So, let's see here. All right, FANG time. Oh, I see. The cancel from Thunderclap to V skill is what eats up the gauge, which is a new thing, which is fine. So, Hey, Jasmine. Okay, FANG. Standing medium punch, blah, 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 blah. Change the collision. That is standard counter hit pushback stuff. Standing medium kick. Change the hurt box. Change it so the opponents who are behind FANG. So this is a better anti-air than it was before. Crouching medium kick. Change the hitbox. Okay, so this is a better anti-air than it was before. Just slightly. Just that it hits people behind. Change the hurt boxes and all this stuff. Change the hit boxes. Blah, blah. Change the hurt. Blah, 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 blah. V skill. Given a hitbox during V trigger. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. And we actually saw this during the beta, but this increases the amount of V gauge gained so much more. Right now it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to gain a V block. I think it's only 3 now. I think they doubled the amount that this gained because it gave us a lot when we were testing it at Capcom Cup. We were like, holy crap, he's gaining a lot of that. And now if he activates V trigger, basically it has a hitbox, which is also huge because now in V-Trigger, this becomes a real projectile. Now you have to deal with that as a projectile, and I think that's actually pretty good. I actually think that's pretty good. Let me actually do something over here. I think it's okay to increase the size of this just because I keep forgetting to do stuff with it. As long as I'm good about scrolling the stuff that's pertinent to the top of the screen. So I think that's actually pretty good. I actually think that's really good. I don't think the trigger knocks down, no. Sotoha, as Mono calls it Sotoha, which I think is cool. Sotoja, which is the sleeves, gain some damage, and H Ryo Benda reduced the recovery by 3 frames. So that's a little bit faster than before. So it doesn't sound like they changed him that much. It sounds like he's mostly the same, except now his V skill builds up a lot faster. His V trigger builds up a lot faster, and in V trigger, this becomes a real projectile, which is going to be really annoying to deal with now. So I actually think that that's a pretty decent buff to V trigger 1. So I'm going to say that FANG is definitely a little, he's going to be pretty legit. I don't think he's going to be great. I don't think he's top tier. I don't think he's going to be broken or anything like that, but I think we're going to see an increase in the amount of FANGs doing damage in tournaments because he's going to have a couple of cool things. And not only that, but he already has a lot of, he's going to get buffed in general by the throw nerfs, right? That's already just going to be something good for him. So he doesn't get any throw loops, but nobody else does either. So he's going to be buffed a little bit by that. So I think he's going to be medium, high mid tier, perhaps. So let's see Alex now, because Alex is a character that definitely needs help. Ryu didn't look like he got as much help as a lot of people wanted, but like I said, I think the nerf to the throw loops is an indirect big buff to Ryu. So I don't think it's going to be so bad.